You see behind me, there are a lot of machines which have come in, heavy machines, big pipes. That's the entrance of the tunnel, and we have been talking about. You see all these heavy machines on trucks have come over here, the earth movers, the JCB machines, and all laden with heavy machinery as well. But what is more feasible, since we have been reporting it for the last 3-4 days here, and what we have spoken to the authorities concerned, they say that the most feasible option to get the laborers out of this tunnel is the front end of the tunnel. That's the entrance of the tunnel. All other options are there on a standby. They are sort of preparing the ramp. If you see on top of the tunnel, the JCB machine is preparing the road. If you can see over there, they are preparing a motorable road so that heavy machinery can be brought on top of the tunnel for a vertical drilling. That all is happening. But what is more important today is that the auger machine which is inside the tunnel, which is the job of which is to clear the rubble and simultaneously push a wider pipe through the rubble towards the laborers, that's going on. So we are all hopeful, the authorities are all banking on the first option, that is the auger machine which is inside the tunnel, which is clearing the rubble as well as which is pushing a wider pipe, so that if it manages to reach till the position where the laborers are stuck, then the laborers can crawl inside the pipe and come towards the face or towards the front end of the tunnel. So that is the most feasible option, but there are many challenges for that as well, because if the auger machine continuously works, if it continuously operates, then it has chances of getting stuck. The operation stops for a while, and this has been happening. This happened yesterday as well. That's why it was stopped. Today morning yet again, with a wider diameter pipe, a pipe with a wider diameter was sent with the auger machine which is drilling inside, and once that entire drilling happens and the pipe with the auger machine reaches towards the laborers, then they have a higher chance. That's an easier option through which they can crawl and come towards the entrance of the tunnel. Rest of all the other options and all the other machineries which you see here in the visuals in my background, they have all come, but it is a very time consuming and challenging task that heavy parts have to come over here. It's a narrow stretch of road from where we enter to this location, from where we reach towards this location, and then it has to go on top of the tunnel. It's very time consuming, it's challenging, because everybody is also discussing that how will big trucks or big lorries with the heavy machineries will manage to go on top. It is a very time consuming task. So as of now, everybody is hoping that the auger machine which is inside, the auger machine is something which has got blades with the pipes inserted into them. So simultaneously they keep drilling and the pipe keeps moving towards the rubble, clearing the rubble and clearing its way for the pipe to reach towards the laborers, through which the laborers can crawl back towards the entrance of the tunnel. So right now this is what everybody is expecting, that this operation or this plan A should be successful, which will may be time consuming, but it is far more safer, which may not damage the overall tunnel as well, because rest of the other plans of vertical drilling or horizontal drilling or drilling for the other side, if it all happens at one go, it may be a risky chance, it may be a risky task for the overall existence of the tunnel. So it's very reassuring for the families. We spoke to a couple of the family members of those stranded in this tunnel, and they were very relieved. They got the visuals of the trapped laborers talking to officials, to the army officers, and they got these visuals yesterday late night at around 1 or 2 in the morning. So they were very reassured. At least now they can see, because in the earlier there were no visuals at all of how the laborers are surviving on the other side of the tunnel, and now at least with the visuals they know that okay, everyone is safe, at least there is no loss of life, and they can be provided with food which was provided in bottles, khichdi and other food items. As of now the weather is fine, the weather doesn't seem to be a challenge, but what is the biggest challenge, as you mentioned, that the landslide zones in Uttarakhand has increased over the years, that those zones which are very prone to having landslides has increased in the entire state, and this particular region where we are reporting from, or where this tunnel has been built, is also falls in the same category, in the same zone. So that is one major concern, that while this operation is on, God forbid if there is another landslide or something in and around the area, then that would be very catastrophic. because when the operation is started on 12th, when the incident happened on 12th of November, after that the rescue operation starts, but on 16th the same auger machine was stopped. Why it was stopped? Because there was a mild earthquake in the region, and that is why perhaps the authorities or the technical people who are involved in the rescue team, they realize that if you engage heavy earth mover machines on a tunnel like this, which is still under construction, and when there are tremors felt in and around the area, that could be dangerous, and that is why they stopped it. Now the other challenge is that the auger machine has this role of clearing the rubble by simultaneously pushing the pipe. That is also very challenging. It's a very time consuming job. It's not something that they immediately get in, clear the rubble and pipe reaches there, because around 40 to 50 meters of the area after entering into the tunnel is covered with rubble which collapsed from the top part of the tunnel. So clearing it is taking time. It also exerts pressure on the blades of the auger machine. So that is also very concerning for the authorities, that you have to keep drilling it, but you also have to ensure that the blades are not damaged, because once the blades are damaged, then you have to bring another sort of that set that part of the auger machine with the blades and yet again bring it to there and yet again install it, which is very time consuming. So slowly it's happening, but I think it will take time, and that is the most feasible option we have right now. Besides drilling on the top or besides drilling on the other end of the tunnel, this looks the most feasible option, because from here you have inserted the camera, from here you have supplied the food items, from here you have supplied communication channels, you have established communication channels, you have managed to speak to the laborers. So this looks the most obvious and the most feasible option to rescue the laborers stuck in this tunnel.